Masterpiece, work of art, divine. All
words
I would
describe another movie.
Oh,
If you guys had to guess what the Rotten Tomatoes score of this movie was, what would you think?
extremely
14.
low. Extremely low.
Derek, do you have a guess? Was that like an actual number?
I think 14. I think 14.
Dude!
It is 14. Yeah. It is 14.
I'm the man.
Is that accurate? 14 out of 100?
I think it's a little low, but I don't think it deserved any good reviews.
Dude, this movie is bad.
But it's still wicked entertaining. So like 14 seems like pretty rough to me.
Yeah, I think 14's low. It just this movie has like a killer cast. It's got Keanu Reeves, it's got Henry Rollins, it's got Ice-T, it's got Dolph Lundgren. It has so many good people in it. There are a couple pretty bad performances. There are some really fun ones. Mostly bad.
Yeah. Oh, you can hold like 180 gigs in your head.
The short story was so much better. It was megabytes. It was hundreds
was it?
of megabytes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we all laughed at that. Like, they're like, oh my god, you can hold 320 gigabytes in your brain? Like,
No, he actually...
I had to dump my short-term memory or my childhood for it.
He could only hold 80, and with a doubler, he had 160.
yeah.
And the DVD player sitting next to an Xbox that probably has a 500 gigabyte memory that, like...
so the human brain, the most powerful supercomputer that we only understand, like...
a fraction of,
like
yeah.
a micron of the amount of what it can do, can hold 80 gigabytes.
And then like all
like
of
3 modern games.
yeah. And then like all of their gear and stuff, it's like, oh, let me turn my TV into a phone or whatever, and it's just like this shitty like video monitor where it's like the guy's showing up in the corner and there's all this text and numbers and stuff on the side. It's like, oh man, like FaceTime is so much better than that.
Oh, I love that.
No, I love it. I love
it.
that shit. But like, it's funny to watch these movies and be like, we're so far beyond that.
Yeah.
And like they're using like micro discs and like Walkman and stuff. And it's just the shit that we have now. It's not as like cool looking as it is in the movie, because it's like in the movie their only concern is like, oh, we got to make it look cool. But in real life, they're like, we got to make it look cool and practical.
Right.
And so, like, we have all this shit that doesn't look as sick as it does in the movie, but it's so much better. Yeah, I mean, it's saying says something that Keanu Reeves got nominated for a Razzie for this movie, which is like the Academy Awards of bad movies.
I'm not surprised. Like,
Oh,
this
no
might
kidding.
be Keanu. Like, people give Keanu a bad time because he seems like... It seems like he's never seen another person before, and they hire him to, like, pretend to be people, and he's like, what's a person? Because he doesn't act like a human. It's so weird. Keanu is like, we were talking about this, kind of typecast as like the hacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
He's good at
Matrix, this one,
Scanner Darkly.
And I don't know why.
Because
Because
I
he's
think it's
basically
because-
a robot.
yeah, exactly. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's because he's so, like, people think of hackers as being like these people that just sit in their rooms on their computer, like just only highlighted by the blue glow of the computer screen, and they like in people's heads, it's like they're aliens, you know, like they're these discontents that like.
And Keanu Reeves might be an
And
alien.
Keanu Reeves is like the perfect role for it. Like they really missed out on not having him appear in the movie Hackers, because he would have been so prime for that movie.
Yeah.
Just as like the god hacker. Like they go and they're like, oh, we gotta upgrade our computers, and they go to like a seedy apartment and he's just like, what are you guys doing here?
I don't know. I'm a ride or die Keanu fan.
I like him too.
I
his
actually really
monotonous
like him. He's just
nature.
like,
But at the same time, when he's in film, he is bad. Like he's always bad in his movies, but in my opinion anyways.
It's so entertaining.
But with that said, he has this like sort of like anti-charisma where you just like you can't keep your eyes off him because of like how bad he is, to
it's
a
like
point
a train wreck.
where it almost like loops around and makes it good again. So like someone like Tom Cruise, like a movie star like Tom Cruise, you know, people make fun of him and everything, but he does have like a lot of charisma and personality on screen. He's like so intense and he really gets you involved. Like he's not like, you know, he's always playing like similar roles and everything, but you know, when you need a certain type of action hero, it's like Tom Cruise, get him. Keanu Reeves, on the other hand, he's just bad at everything. Like, even the movies that are, like, awesome that he's in, like Matrix and Speed and everything, he's awful. He's so bad. But I wouldn't want those movies without him.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
It's so hard. It's so hard to explain the appeal of him. And when they, like, because those movies are like action movies. When he's in a good action movie, it kind of like you just like having you like having Keanu Reeves be there, and you can kind of ignore his bad acting and be swept up with the rest of it. But when he does like a dramatic performance, like Hardball, for instance, oh my god, it's like a wonderful train wreck. Hardball is like one of my favorite
God.
Keanu Reeves movies.
I think people like actually enjoy that movie and think
Hardball?
it's a good movie, and I'm serious. I've heard people be like, "Oh, Hardball's like a good movie."
I can't understand. Have you seen Hardball, Will?
No, when did this come out?
In the 90s. It's like maybe 2000, like maybe like early 2000s. But it's Keanu Reeves is this drunk asshole who starts coaching a little league team for community service, and it's like a little league
In, like,
team
the inner city.
in the inner city. So there are a bunch of like little kids that are growing up in bad environments. So some of them are like smoking and like, you know, they're swearing all the time, like doing all this
cool
stuff.
kids.
Yeah, the cool kids. As the story develops, it's less of a baseball movie than it is like an urban drama. But there's a spoiler warning. There's a kid on the team named Little G.
G-Baby.
G-Baby, yeah. There's a kid on the team named G-Baby, and he's like the little brother of one of the main characters. And he's like really, really small. Like, I think there's something wrong with him, but he's this really small, like wisecracking black kid. And there's a scene where G-Baby and his brother are walking home, and there's a drive-by shooting, and G-Baby gets hit with a bullet, and he dies. And it's like, just goes from like just a kind of funny movie to like super sad real quick. And then they have like the script writers were like, oh, I got it, let's have Keanu Reeves give the eulogy. And and like Keanu Reeves goes up and he's like, you know, I was coaching this team, G-Baby only got one hit, and when he did, it was like he was holding the world up in his hands.
It's so bizarre because it's like you're trying to not laugh because it's this like super sweet kid that just died, but then it's just Keanu butchering this whole, it's so bad.
Oh my god, I would watch that again though.
Another favorite part of my in Hardball is that Keanu and his like low life buddy that he rolls around and does crime with, they sing "Big Papa" by Notorious.
Oh yeah,
B.I.G.
I forgot all about
and
that.
like them singing a rap song. Just imagine Keanu rapping Biggie. It's terrible.
I really can't even imagine
It's
that.
so bad.
It's such an awesome movie. But I'd recently watched another movie that with Keanu Reeves in it, the sequel to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and which not a bad movie. But I was watching an interview about the movie, and Keanu Reeves is so weird, or at least he was when he was that young. They were doing an interview with Keanu Reeves and Alex Winters, I think his name is, the other guy in Bill and Ted.
You know, Ted.
Yeah, and they're like, so they're talking to him.
It might be Bill.
It might be. That's the thing. I get them confused. But so the reporter is interviewing them, and Alex Winters is like, "Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully, we can get a sequel after this one." And then Keanu Reeves is like, "No sequel, no cartoons, no cereal. Ring him up, cha-ching, money, 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 money." And he's just flipping out to the point where he's just like he's gripping the sides of his chair, rattling around, going, just barking like a dog. And Alex Winters is just like, yeah, so, you know, they're shooting ideas around.
So, I'm still bent up about whether or not I think this is bad. I mean, I know it has to be, because when I was watching it, I was like, this is bad. But whenever I'm not watching it, I'm like, Johnny Mnemonic's great. Like, I'm so down to watch that. Yes. I love it.
But you think it's a good movie in your head?
Like, right now in my head, yeah. Can you say that in a Stallone accent?
The
Does Judge Dredd count as cyberpunk?
Yeah, I would describe it
Okay,
as cyberpunk.
then I like
yeah.
Cyberpunk. Because Judge Dredd is like one of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
The Sylvester Stallone one?
Hell yeah. You don't like that movie, dude?
Fuck
I
steampunk.
don't. Everyone hates steampunk.
No, so many people love that.
Really?
People like it.
So
I
many
don't
people
like
love
it though.
that.
I think it's kind of a lame
Top
aesthetic.
hats and monocles. Ugh, get out
Yeah.
of here.